Everybody, I'm Doug. Welcome to the Auditory Vinyl. I didn't even get up from my last video, just jumping right into this one. This video is another episode in labels A to Z, record labels A to Z, and this is episode I. So IRS. They started in 1979, founded by Miles Copeland, brother of Stuart Copeland, police. They had bands like R.E.M., Go-Go's, Wall of Voodoo, Concrete Blonde, and the Stranglers. Show you the label. Get it right here. There you go. The IRS label. They ended up folding in 1996, and then EMI revived the label in 2011 and put out some stuff for a few years, and then it kind of folded again in around 2015. But I think there's some reissues out there maybe that might be on the IRS label. But they were pretty big in the the pop, soft punk, this kind of stuff. Like I say, R.E.M., Go-Go's, Concrete Blonde, a lot of popular bands. Impulse label. This started in 1960, primarily jazz. Was a subsidiary of ABC Paramount. They had names like John Coltrane, Charles Mingus, Milt Jackson, and Ray Charles. This was one of their first big sellers. There's a label on another dirty record. The 60s, they did pretty good with all the jazz stuff. In the 70s, it kind of dropped. In 1979, they sold it to MCA. In the 90s, Universal Music Group took it over, and they combined it with Verve Records. So you can still find some Impulse out there. Diana Krall is on it. Impulse. Infinity Records. This was a very short-lived subsidiary of MCA, based out of New York City. They had bands Hot Chocolate, Orleans, and Spyro Gyra, and everybody's favorite, Rupert Holmes. Show you the label. In 1979, Pope John Paul II came to the United States, and Infinity spent a ton of money to record it and put it out on vinyl. They had all these pre-orders. Well, they pushed it out, thinking that it was going to sell like crazy, and nobody bought it. So they lost a ton of money and ended up closing, folding, going bankrupt later that year. So yeah, they only lasted a couple years. Imperial Records, starting in 1947, rhythm and blues and country. Ricky Nelson, Slim Whitman were on it, as well as Fats Domino. This is Be My Guest and I've Been Around. In '63, Fat Salmon went to ABC, and Rick Nelson went to Decca. So they kind of lost their big names, and it was sold to Liberty. But then Liberty kept the Imperial label. They just own it and distribute it. And they got Cher, Jackie DeShannon, and then in 1970, EMI took it over from Liberty, and they changed. Then they changed it to Imperial Recording Music, or Imperial Music. But yeah, so they're still around. Still got a lot of stuff out there. Imperial. And then what did I do with it? Island Records. This is a real popular one, big label. Started in 1959 in Jamaica. By 1964, they had their first big hit, and they moved to London. The hit was My Boy Lollipop by Millie Small. And then from there it just grew, and they got Stevie Winwood, Roxy Music, Cat Stevens. In 89, they sold it to Polygram. Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes from Officer and a Gentleman did the Up Where We Belong. And there's different designs of the Island label, so this is just one because they've been around for so long. 98, it was sold to Universal Music Group. And then they eventually combined with Def Jam, so now it's Island Def Jam Records. PJ Harvey has done some work with it, even Post Malone most recently. But yeah, Island has tons of artists over the years. So that's it for the letter I. And we'll keep plugging along. It's going to be, well, it's all right. It's a little tedious, but I'll keep going. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and enjoy the music.